time for another backpacking trip in the Smokies. It's been too long. So hopping on to Benton Mackay here, doing Bradley Fork to Hughes Ridge, staying the night at Pecks Corner Shelter. Maybe I'll have some snow up there. This is kind of cool. Walked along a short distance here and I came across this old abandoned amphitheater. The weeds are growing up over the benches. A spot for where all the electrical outlets are. I just thought that was pretty neat. A lot of history in this park. It's always fun to encounter it. It is a beautiful winter's day today. It also happens to be New Year's Eve, so I picked a great time to come out. Last time I was here was this past summer when I finished up the Benton Mackay from Smokemont Campground all the way to Big Creek Campground. And it took me 2 days to do that 30-mile section. There's Bradley Fork Creek, beautiful as ever. I'm at just over 4,000 feet. Starting to get into a little bit of snow on the ground. Not much, but maybe I'll see more as I climb higher because I've got another 1,000 feet plus to climb. Whew, it has gotten really steep. Ever since I left the creek, it's been non-stop climbing. I'm about to get on Hughes Ridge, and I'm assuming it's going to be even steeper there. But I saw that was a lot of elevation gain once I left the creek, so I'm not surprised. But I gotta start hiking more. I've been trail running, but most of the trail runs I go on don't involve a lot of elevation gain, so I gotta hike more often. So New Year's coming, that's what I'm gonna do. Finally made it to the sign, so now I got another 2.2 miles to get to the AT, but 2 miles to my shelter. See, it's a lot more snowy up here at 5,000 feet plus. I think I'm at 5,100 feet to be exact. Still not very deep though. Just a powder. well, well. What an interesting find. For a moment there, I thought it was a shelter. I was like, that was going to be pretty nice. Stay in the shelter with a door. Not too many shelters I've come across have a door. I don't know if it's like a storage unit for the Park Service. Probably what it is. All right, I've made it home for the night at Pecks Corner Shelter. This is just 0.2 of a mile off the AT. So I'm sure that AT thru hikers spend the night here. However, I have it all to myself tonight. It is almost 4 o'clock, and I saw on the permit system online that no one else had made a reservation for the shelter, so I will be here by myself. You see it has a tarp, which I like because it keeps the cold wind out, and it is kind of breezy. I'm going to show you inside. I'll pull this tarp back. You see you got some light coming through. Got a fireplace, I like that. I mean, a lot of these shelters here in the Smokies, especially on the AT, are like this. They're a double bunk style. And I don't know how many people would fit. I guess you could get maybe about 4 people on the bottom, 4 people up top if you wanted to be comfortable. So 8 people total. So I'm gonna have a good night here tonight. I gotta find the bear cables. The privy look nice too. I'll show that to you here in a little bit because I'm gonna head up to the AT and then come back down. There are the bear cables right on the side of the shelter. Privy is a short walk up the hill here, so I'm going to take you there now. Before I take you to the privy, I want to show you where the water is located, right down there. And you can have horses here. I don't think they're allowed on the AT. Looks like there's some flat spots over there for tents. So it looks like a pretty nice spot. I like it. All right, we got water coming out of a metal pipe. Some shelters have water coming through a PVC pipe. It's a little different. That's just a short walk down from the shelter. So now that that's over with, I'll take you up to the privy finally. All right, here's your privy. Give you a look inside. Looks pretty new. Everything looks pretty new and clean here. I already checked it out. Well maintained. So anyway, nice to have facilities. I'm gonna head up to the AT now. Come back down and spend the night. Even have a view. About to have some dinner. Got some Kathmandu curry, one of my favorites. And warming my hands up here because my hands always suffer in the cold. Got one of these portable heaters. It's something I got on Amazon. I think it was a year ago when I got it. I don't use it much, but I started using it again. And it's rechargeable, so it does come in handy though. It does actually work better than hot hands. So anyway, I'm gonna eat this and I'll check in with you guys again soon. All right, it's 6:41, back on trail. Would have gotten on trail a little sooner, but I was trying to sleep in. Didn't sleep wonderful, even though I was in my sleeping bag by 7:30. I didn't fall asleep probably until after 8:30. In and out of sleep all night. Not on account of it being cold, just trying to get comfortable. Heard some noisy mice trying to investigate my stuff. I had my backpack up in there and I heard them, and I even seen one on top of the backpack. It was on a nail, hanging from a nail in the shelter. They're just curious, but still, heard the tarp blowing, got breezy. I think a cold front is coming in because today is supposed to be much colder than yesterday. But you see the sun isn't up yet. So it's gonna be a chilly walk out of here. I'm all layered up. Got 5 layers on. I didn't bring my heavy down jacket. Just brought my light down jacket, but I got my wool base layer. I bought a smart wool base layer. Thing's pretty nice. So anyway, I'm gonna get up on out of here and have 11 miles to go. Just saw a pair of eyes over here. Small mammal. Look like a squirrel or maybe a skunk. Could see the outline of a bushy tail. But he's hiding now. Freaked me out back there because it looked like a big pair of shining eyes. It was up high. So maybe it was in the tree. Reached the trail intersection and I decided I'm gonna make a loop out of it. It's gonna make it, I think 1.1 miles longer than going back the way I came. So I came up that way and I'm going back that way to knock out the Hughes Ridge trail. So I have continuous footpaths in the park. Not making no commitments to knocking out every trail in the park, but I'm off to a pretty good start. Albeit I'm not starting. I've been doing this for a while, but if I was to make it a commitment, I've got a lot of trails under my belt in the park. So that's why I say I don't have, I think it's 950 miles of trails in the park. If you want to complete the challenge, I've probably got several hundred under my belt. So got the whole AT, got the whole Benton Mackay. So that's why I say I'm off to a good start. Check this out. That looks like dog prints. And dogs aren't allowed in the park unless somebody brought one up from the Smokemont Campground. It's not permitted, but I'm sure people do it because I've seen it before. Unless it's some wild canine species like I guess a coyote. Pretty big for a coyote because those are big prints. And it's a gloomy day today, but you know what? All weather is good weather when you're outdoors. So I'm enjoying it nonetheless. Sun came up. It's mostly up now. I think the official sunrise is 7:38. It's just after 7:30. It's been pretty light for a while now, so my spirits are up because I have daylight. All right, folks, that concludes another wonderful journey. It was about 22 miles. If you're looking for a challenging loop that you can make here in the Smokies, I suggest trying this one out right here near the Smokemont Campground using Bradley Fork to Hughes Ridge and then down using Chasteen Creek, Hughes Ridge to Chasteen Creek and back down to the Smokemont Campground. This parking area is right before the campground. Can't miss it. Thanks for watching.